Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to the, Salty Old Muds Fantasy Football Podcast. We're kind of trying something new here, Al and I. We're gonna do a weekly or like a regular podcast where we talk one-on-one. We'll talk about the NFL, we'll talk about our teams, talk about trades. We'll kind of do like a late night with the Chaplin type vibe we're going on. Maybe it's like the late slate with the commish.
You're here to state your grievances and your
Yep.
plight to the
Yep.
commission.
So we'll keep it to our fantasy league. We're not going to go crazy with this outside of that, but I figured Al and I tonight will talk about some of the NFL stuff. We'll talk about the Eagles Giants, which is perfect timing because it's Thursday night game, and then we'll talk about our league, and then we can kind of trash me because my team absolutely sucks. It really sucks. So, all right, NFL. Let's talk about
No,
it. So,
yeah, let's do it.
anything you want to say now, first, Al, before we get into the NFL? Any intro or anything like that?
Um, One thing I wanted to point out in the NFL is that every year when we think we know what's going to happen, you just don't.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know how things will end up. I think prime examples of that are Indianapolis Colts. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
nobody saw that coming. Daniel Jones really
How does
popping
that
up.
feel for you? Because you're a Giants fan. So you 2 years in a row, you're watching Saquon dip and
Yeah,
do well. And obviously Daniel Jones, it's still early, but he leaves, and then that team, they didn't even kick a punt until like week three. Like that's
yeah,
crazy.
is kind of insane.
Yeah,
I think what it goes to show is that and actually, Malik Neighbors, who unfortunately,
that's tough.
ACL out for the season, he himself has said in like a very polite way when they ask him about the team, he goes, "It's nothing wrong with the player.
Yeah,
Like, we don't have a quarterback problem."
yeah,
Which, but so what he's not saying is like explicitly is that like it's a coach like it's either the coaching staff or the organization that's causing these problems to exist.
yeah,
Because two players leave for another team, all of a
yeah,
sudden they're eating. And like even if you just watch how Daniel Jones is playing, it's like night and day compared to what
yeah,
he's doing. And the other part of it is also at least with like, being like a quarterback in the NFL, a big part of that is just confidence.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
playing for a team that actually wants him.
yeah. That's a good
Like
point.
when they picked him to be the starter over Anthony Richardson, that's a pretty big statement
Yeah.
because like high draft capital quarterback, they said that's our guy for the future. Hasn't really panned out that well. So for Shane Steichen to come out and be like, it's Daniel Jones is like huge props to him.
Pretty
That's a really
definitive.
ballsy call because it
Mhm.
was the right call. And it's showing on the
I mean,
field.
dude, Richardson has just, I mean, 2 years in a row of he gets to week four and he's out because he's running headfirst into like defensive linemen thinking he can
Yeah.
run over everybody. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
you're not a running back.
It's kind of like the Scattaboo, except like Scattaboo's head
Yeah,
is made of
dude.
like literal.
Scadaboo runs like he hates everybody. It's
His
crazy.
his head is literally made of like lead, and
I
it's just
know. I've seen like there's two types of like white boy running backs. It's like Scadaboo and like CMC or like that type of
oh
deal.
yeah, the they call them the crayon eaters.
Yep, dude, that's nuts. I mean, yeah, the Colts are an insane team this year. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's also going crazy. Did not expect that at all. And I think fantasy wise, everybody put him off.
Single-handedly keeping me afloat,
Yeah,
pretty
that's nuts. I
much.
mean, he really is, dude. Your team is stacked because of him.
And other teams, I mean, the Eagles. I
Yeah,
had this thought. I think we talked about it the other day. Was that what I don't want to see happen to the Eagles? Not that I really want you guys
yeah,
to win, but what I was kind of thinking was happening is like you guys are going to be this year's Chiefs. Like you just won the Super Bowl, and you're just going to play the most boring football that you need to
yeah.
just win. Where it will work, but everyone's going to hate it.
Well,
And
it's
I
also, yeah. I mean, with the Eagles, it's tough because every year we have a different coordinator. So just speaking from like a frustration standpoint in terms of, I mean, we have coaches like everybody's like, Vangio. It's great that he's going to be there. He's got a young defense. He's going to stay there for a while. Awesome. Like Sirianni, he's a young coach. He likes it. He wants to stay. But if you can't keep a coordinator, like the offense is not going to be that good. I mean, you saw what happened after they went to the Super Bowl. This is exactly what happened after they went to the Super Bowl and lost to Kansas City the first time, where they went 7-0, or I think 8-0, and they
Yeah, you guys
looked,
kind of imploded like
but they
later.
looked like absolute shit when they were going through it. And they didn't really have, I mean, they're kind of closing games out late. That was like when they had the worst third quarter scoring percentage of any NFL team or close to it. So they were so low. And then they would let teams back in the fourth quarter and they would make it close. It was stupid. And
Yeah,
I mean, the offense, dude, it's almost like there's too many mouths to feed because they all want so much. I don't necessarily believe as much as the media bullshit about AJ getting upset and yada 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 because he did the same thing last year. I do think there are some real frustrations, but I don't think it's as severe. Although if
yeah.
they start losing, that's not good. The
Then
defense, I'm
what
happy
happened?
with, except for Adoree Jackson is a liability at corner. Um, that's tough. So, and part of the reason the offense is doing not great is because of the line. I mean, Landon Dickerson needs to be put on IR. The dude for the past 2 weeks,
Every week is like stepping off the field because he's
between the first and second quarter, he's out or he's going down at least twice, and then he's out late in the game. So it really kind of throws a wrench into it. I mean, I know it sucks, but a line is the toughest part. And the Eagles had such a good line right now. Now it's like, all right, can you play with a regular line in the NFL? Because not everybody is that great. Um,
right.
like not everybody has a really good offensive line or that stays healthy throughout the year too. Um, like the Chargers line is fucking a mess right now.
It's kind of been the story of like a big part of the football season this year, I think, is that the offensive
Mhm.
line play has really like teams that have heavily invested in the
Yeah.
offensive line are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
And ones that aren't are, losing their starting quarterback like the Bengals. They just
I mean, they just signed Flacco, so we'll see how that goes with.
Joe Burrow die.
Do you think that matters that they signed Flacco?
I think it does because Flacco is for sure a better quarterback than Jake Browning, but the problem is the offensive line is still kind of bad. So I don't know. I think it's one of those that we're gonna have to wait and see. Like I think for sure T. Higgins and Jamar Chase have more value with Joe Flacco. The question is just like how much more value. He's
I
just a
mean,
smart.
Flacco didn't really look that good. I mean, I didn't watch many Browns games, but I mean, he didn't look that good.
Yeah, but the Browns suck.
Yeah,
the
but didn't he have like the most amount of picks? Was that him or was that Geno? I thought Geno was pretty high in picks.
it's between both of them.
Yeah.
I think that at least the advantage they'll have now is that he'll actually have like good receivers
Yeah.
that'll get open and can
That too.
catch the ball.
Between
Because
Higgins and yeah.
right now the best player on that team is Quinshon Judkins, who looks awesome
Yeah. Yeah. I
through a
mean,
few weeks.
we'll get Pat in here talking about the Browns, seeing how they're because their defense is crazy right now.
Crazy, yeah, it's
Their
insane.
defense is really, really nice. I mean, Miles Garrett looks fantastic.
Yeah,
Looks
you know whose defense is not insane? The Ravens.
the Ravens defense, I mean, dude, the fact that they are 1-4 is absolutely insane. I
If
mean,
I'm
yeah.
Baltimore, I'm sounding the like Baltimore fans got to be on like red alert. It's like
I
the
mean,
season kind of
yeah.
running away.
I'm just looking at some of these teams. Like I'm gonna read up from the bottom. Jets 0-5. And then all the 1-4 teams. We got Ravens, Browns, Raiders, Dolphins, Saints, Giants, Titans. The Ravens stand out as a team. I'm like, that should not be there. I mean, the Chiefs are only 2-3. They're right above the Ravens. So that's
It's
tough.
pretty bad.
Like the Texans putting up whatever it was, 40 points on the Ravens. Like that's absurd.
Yeah, and I don't think they're very good either. Uh,
I mean, they got a line issue as well. Jeez, everybody's got a line issue.
but I'm
Although,
gotta invest in the big boys.
really do. You really do. I
Gotta
mean,
keep feeding them.
all right, so let's talk about the Eagles Giants then, because we'll segue into that because that's a Thursday night game. So we'll put this out probably before the Thursday game. So, we have something to talk about. So Eagles Giants. All right, so let's see. According to DraftKings, the over-under is 40.5, and it's Eagles are -7. So that's pretty favorably for the Eagles. It's at Giants.
It's at MetLife.
Yeah. And then we actually play 2 weeks after this. We'll
Yeah,
play again at
it'll be
Philly.
in Lincoln.
Um, Here is some stats for you, Al.
All right, hit me.
Overall, the Eagles Giants record is Eagles 93 wins, 87 losses, two ties. That's the overall record. But in the
Okay,
last 10 games, the Eagles are 7-3. Two of those games, two of those losses, I should say, are going to be rolled out with these next two games. So if the Eagles win these next two games, the Eagles will be 9-1 in the Giants over the past, however, how many years it was, 5 years or so.
okay. 7-3 was actually that's better than I thought it was. I thought you
Yeah.
were just say 10-0, and I was just
No,
like,
it's 7-3. Yeah.
I'm
So, but those last two, like I think there was one. it was the year that or I guess 2 years ago was one of the losses, and then the other two were like in 2020. I think that was the year we lost to, or the year after we lost to the Chiefs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean, 40 and a half over under, that's pretty bad.
yeah, I don't
Uh,
like that.
it's kind of like it basically Vegas is saying that the Eagles are going to kind of just take care of business early and just probably play defense the rest of the game.
I liked how the Eagles threw the ball a lot, but they lost. So part of me was pissed off because
It's like maybe you should be running.
they did everything, and Saquon got like 6 rushes, and I know AJ Dillon got a handful more, but I mean Saquon caught a touchdown, but yeah, we'll see how it goes with the offensive line, and then we'll see how it goes with if Saquon's gonna rush. I don't know, dude. I don't know if Kevin Patullo, I think that's his guy's. I just don't know if he's. Although we say this, I've said this for every offensive coordinator for the Eagles every year for like the past 6 years. I'm like, is this the guy? Is he? Because he's new. And last year the Eagles went 2-2, and they had a week 5 bye, and they came out of it and they were unstoppable. So you never know what's going to happen. Obviously, the team last year was way better, but the defense still looks good. I mean, the Rams game that got out of hand early, the defense held them to field goals. So I think in terms of that, it's solid. Um,
Mhm.
but we'll see how corner goes, and we'll see how if Saquon plays because I know he's hurt. But
The worst offensive coordinator goes to definitely the Cardinals offensive
oh
coordinator.
my God, dude! Oh my God!
That dude sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
If
I
I could
thought
I
that
could call a better game than
yeah.
he can.
Also,
Straight.
like DeMercado, he just like fell over. That was just that was a wild game.
I don't get it. But yeah, 7 point spread. I mean, look, it is a completely different game without Malik Neighbors.
Yeah,
Because I think I called the Chargers being upset by the Giants. People thought I was crazy. That
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah. I mean, I
I
guess in hindsight's 2020. Yeah,
was like the Giants are gonna play this game closer than people think, and
yeah.
people, I think you're just coping. And I was like, all right, just watch. Malik Neighbors dies, but at the cost of the
He's
Giants
at the
winning,
cost of his soul.
the cost of his soul. Now, I'm not saying that the Giants would win this game if we were full power, but I think they could maybe make some things happen. I kind of do still expect the Eagles to win pretty handedly.
We'll see if the offense looks good, and I'm interested to see more so how the defense keeps looking solid. Also, I just want to put a quick plug out here. If anybody hasn't been watching the John Gruden breakdowns, he does breakdowns on YouTube of videos of NFL games. They're like hour-long videos of Eagles versus Giants. He usually does the Thursday night games and then like one or two games during the Sunday slate. So I don't know if he did one for the Eagles Giants, but they're awesome videos. They're crazy. They're like an hour long, and he goes absolutely in depth into the teams, like the offense versus the defense, and then the opposite, the defense versus the offense for the other team. Um, and it's Gruden going absolutely berserk, and he's like sweating and going crazy and getting knock on whatever. And he has his kids behind the camera, and he keeps asking them questions to keep them engaged, and it's berserk. But it's pretty good, and I think he put one out where him and because Darren Waller put out a song recently or a little
Oh,
while.
he did another one because I
He
know he
did
did.
one with Gruden, and Gruden and him were singing the song in the interview. They were both
Nice.
singing. It's great.
Shout
So
out to Darren Waller, by the way. Looking
Darren
pretty good.
Waller is
Looking
that's a
pretty
crazy
good.
situation. All right, so it's been about, let's segue into our league because we're already at like 15 minutes. So
Nice.
let's talk about our league. So first off, I'm in last place. That will change. That will
Yeah.
change. Josh
Are
is
you
winning. Nick
sure?
is in second. These guys are cheating somehow, and I will find out how. All right. You know what?
You'll
I'm
find
gonna
out
start stealing fab when you guys don't know.
the
And I'm gonna
collusion.
start making trade. I need to trade everything on my team is available for trade. Gus, don't send me any bullshit trades. All right. Um,
What is he sending you? He's sending you
Gus, I mean, I love that he sends trades, but sometimes these trades, Gus, are not tradable. Although he sent me some very fair trades this year, but in previous years they've been
Kareem Hunt for Drake London. Is that
no.
the kind of level of trade he's
No,
sending?
no, no. They were way better than that. That was no, that's egregious. That's just I would kick him out of the league on principle if that was a trade. Although I think I sent out a couple of trades during Crotty's wedding that were just like that were terrible. I was sending like Jerry Judy for like CMC or something like that. Um,
I
but
mean, dude, fair. What
some
are
of
you
the
pulling?
craziest fantasy wise players, I mean, we talked about Jonathan Taylor. Ibuka has been nuts.
Dude, Emeka, have you heard Gronk say his name?
No, I haven't. Is it just terrible?
Emeka Begbu,
Oh
something
my
like
God.
that. I
That's
swear to
atrocious.
God, it's
Oh
incredible.
God.
I have to like stop myself from
Yeah.
saying it that way because I heard it so many times. I'm like, I Egbuka.
Yeah.
That's his name.
I mean, Puka is also doing very well.
Um,
Puka's
Luca
doing nuts. Yeah.
is wide receiver number one, maybe, probably, most likely, like on the season if he can stay healthy.
Absurd. Absurd. And
By
JSN is up there too. I love JSN. I had him last year. I loved him until he
I
got him this year.
also had him last year, different league,
Yeah.
and for some reason, I don't know. I think Sam Darnold scared me too much.
Yeah.
I should have believed, but I should have believed because I have no shares of JSN anywhere, and I'm sad about it.
I have him in one league and I'm actually winning in that league, so I'm kind of I went all receivers. I went Jefferson, JSN, Drake London, Corey Sutton were my receivers. I'm running like I had, I was playing Woody Marks because I didn't have a running back. Like I had nobody. I had Kittle in that league. I had nobody of running back. Although David Montgomery has been a stud who I have in that league. He's been an
Yeah,
absolute
he's
stud.
good.
Yeah. Um,
I got a fun little sidebar for you. I'm gonna
boom.
give you a stat.
Yeah.
Quick sidebar to a different league. I have 680 points scored.
Okay. 680 points scored.
680 points scored. For reference, in our league, which is a 10-team league, the top scorer is Josh with 696.
So close to 700. All right.
The league I told you is also a 12-teamer.
12 team league is a half PPR,
No, it's full PPR.
full PPR. All right. So 12 team league, and it's what would you said 680?
I have 680 points scored.
680.
What's
Damn.
my record? What's my record?
I'm gonna say you're 2-3.
I'm 1-4.
Oh no, that's
I have
terrible.
the most points scored in that league, but my points against are 714.
That's atrocious. I
Every
mean,
week,
yeah,
every week except for one of them, the my opponent's team just pops off. They're just putting up like I've lost weeks where
yeah.
I've scored 150, 160 points.
In our league, the highest points against is 686. So it's that's tough.
Oh, that's D's. D's has gotten
That's these.
definitely
Yeah,
the shit
D's is
end of the stick
getting
because in week two, my team put up almost 180. And
that's
he had a good
insane.
week. And he had a good week too. He just didn't have as good of a week as my team did, which is my plug for bonus point scoring next year.
Bonus point scoring, dude. I have an 8% chance of making playoffs. This is if I don't get into like if I come in last, this league is getting dissolved. I hope everybody knows that.
Bucky's gonna
Also,
del-
our punishment to clarify the pun because Nick was asking me this. The punishment is Beer Boy during the draft next year. Hopefully, we can hit a goddamn parlay and we can be
okay.
drafted in Raven Stadium or something. And then the other punishment was writing a letter of apology. Now, the letter of apology is either going to be to the league or it's going to be to Matthew Berry and fantasy personalities, and you got to mail it to them. Which well, we have that. I think it would be funny to have to read a letter of apology to our league, maybe the following draft. Um,
Yeah.
we could send it out before, but you have to read it, maybe memorize it, and perform an interpretive dance while doing it, or something
That's
like that.
terrible.
So that is the punishment, in case that was not clear. So that's a
Okay.
little tidbit for this. So, all right, Al, we're rounding up on 20 minutes. So let's kind of put some buttons on this. So, how are you feeling about your team overall?
Um, I'm okay.
Yeah,
I think I definitely missed a lot on running backs. Like I said, Jonathan Taylor has
yeah,
been like the sole purpose my team is even like 2 and 3, to be
yeah,
honest. And Drake May. I should
yeah.
give
Drake
credit to
May's
him.
been nice.
Drake May has been pretty good this season. Jonathan Taylor's been great.
Running
Ken
backs have been hard to
Walker,
hit on, to be fair, though. They've been hard to actually get
yeah,
anything from. I mean, it seems like every running back has either underperformed or has gotten hurt,
yeah.
really.
And my wide receivers have just been kind of a disaster.
Yeah.
I was feeling really, really good after draft day.
Hmm.
Everything's just kind of spiraled. Um, and I still think that I do have value in my receivers. It's just like
Yeah.
obviously, you know, I
I mean,
am
you
not
got
expecting.
Rashi coming up, Kittle's on IR, but you got Jamison Williams, who I think is a great pick no matter what. I mean, Pickens is starting to play crazy. Dallas is starting to get it together a little bit. Brian Thomas, that's just a tough spot. I mean, that's and
I
Chase,
think
hopefully that's on the up and up with Flacco. So your team's looking like it's got some potential. I mean, those receivers are looking nice.
I think BTJ will they'll figure it out, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I have a hard time figuring out why Trevor Lawrence just doesn't like look at his way
Yeah.
every time because like he's the best receiver they have by far.
Also, Jags winning this week was great.
That was insane
Hilarious.
because did he fell twice and he
The
still got
immaculate stumble, I heard somebody say. I think that's what
immaculate
Pat
stumble.
McAfee
That's a
said or
great name.
something like that. Yeah,
That's a great name
yeah.
for it.
So if you're gonna trade anybody, who would you trade? Or is anybody on your team tradable? Is anybody on the chopping block? Anything like
Um,
that?
I would say that I'm open to pretty much anybody on my team being traded
Okay.
for the
Are you
right
looking
trade.
for anything in particular? Any spot in particular?
Yeah, I'd like more running back depth. I
Running
mean,
back. All right.
wide receiver, I think is still the strongest part of my
Yeah.
team,
All right.
by far. Like I said, like I think Chase is definitely better with Flacco. Like
Yeah.
we'll see how high the ceiling is, but
Hmm.
it's going to, I think at minimum, at the bare minimum, the floor it should be steady. But
Okay.
the ceiling's not going to be like Joe Burrow, right? Where he could like put up 50 points in a game.
Yeah, that's tough.
Um, BTJ, I think will be fine in the long run. George Pickens is great.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess like I'm less keen on giving up Pickens because I like Pickens.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, you'd have to
You'd have to be.
you'd have to give me a king's ransom.
Yeah.
I really, really because Jonathan Taylor to me could very, very well be like the RB1. He's just gonna go back to like a couple years ago.
You could.
Except the last time I drafted him, I came in last place because that was like the disaster season where he just like didn't do anything.
Yeah.
The team
So,
sucked. But this year they're actually playing really well. He gets goal line touches. He's popping off like big play
mhm.
runs like almost every game. So, aside from like CMC, who, no fear,
Yeah.
like
JT's
that's
probably off the table for most people. I mean, you're probably not. So, but you got receivers and you're looking for running backs. You got
yeah.
Kittle coming off IR, that's looking sweet. So, and you got some nice quarterback play going on. You got a team that's looking good, dude.
They just gotta clean, they
Got to
gotta get
play.
gotta get the boys in the locker room,
They just got to play.
give them a little pep talk. Tell me we're 2 and 3, but
Yeah.
we're in it.
I want better execution. All right. Knock on wood if you're with me. All right. I mean, dude, I'm just gonna run through my team real quick and then we'll wrap this up. You know what? Saquon, we'll see if he hits, but my team was old. I drafted old guys. I feel like Connor's a billion. Mike Evans went out. It's just, I should never have drafted Calvin Ridley or Jerry Judy, but we'll see. So my team, there's a fire sale. So everybody's on the chopping block. What I need is startable players. I don't want a 2-for-1 and give me bench. I just want startable people. I am willing, you can undersell me. I just need people to start
I
that can
need
start for more than 1 week. Yeah. That's it. That's all I want. I want startable players. I kind of need receivers a little bit more than I need running backs at this point, which is kind of tough to say.
to be
But
to be honest. I mean, you've got Dak, you've got Mike Evans, you got
yeah,
Drake London, you got Brock Bowers
Bowers is on the chopping block because
and
Bowers
Saquon.
I know
So
he had an injury, he was dealing with it, so I think he's on the up and up, but I don't know if I can afford to deal with Brock Bowers anymore. So I need to win. I need to win soon. And I'm playing Landon this week, so I think I'm playing Landon this week. So
ours to me is which I'm thinking about in another league actually is I think I can afford to trade for him if they finally decide to let him rest so he
yeah,
doesn't injure himself more. And I could just stash him until like later on, and when he comes back, he'll
he'll be a
like
stud.
be awesome
Yeah,
once he's
he'll be a
healthy.
top. He'll be a top.
That's something that people could consider. Like I said, I'm doing that
Yeah,
because if you have the means to do it, like I have Darren Waller and Tucker Kraft on a team, like
yeah,
somebody probably need the Brock Bowers manager needs a tight end, so I could probably just give him one of those, stash Bowers, and then
yeah.
later on it might be a home run.
100%. 100%.
It's about risk.
So also friendly reminder, we'll put out the parlays, but go birds. We'll wrap this up because we're closing in on 25 minutes. Anything else you want to say, Al, before I wrap up?
Um, I'm gonna. I want to say I'm gonna beat Gus's ass this week, but honestly, like seems pretty good. His team's gotten nerfed
Yeah,
several times, and it's still really good.
it's
So
still good. It
shout
is.
out to shout out to Gus for having a good draft, and
Yeah.
go Giants. I
All
mean,
right.
you
Well,
never
we'll see
know.
how this
You
game
never
goes
know.
tomorrow.
You
Yeah,
never know.
we'll see. I mean, go birds, obviously. They are 4-1. Giants are 1-4. So,
We're due.
yeah, yeah, I guess you're due for one.
We're due.
So, all right, everybody, appreciate it. We'll figure out the rest of the schedule moving forward, how we're going to do this. If you guys got any feedback or anything like that, let us know. I'm definitely not wearing these glasses next time because I keep seeing the screen. So,
Everybody
appreciate you
else's team
guys.
sucks, by the way.
Yep. Go Birds, go Muds, and Godspeed. I love you all. All
Good
right,
luck.
take it easy,
Good luck out
fellas.
there.
Have a good one.